Watching our teens grow into adults can be a really exciting time, but obviously a really uncertain and exacerbating one also. And I think one of the things that can help us stay grounded as parents and help guide our children into adulthood is when we touch base again with this developmental path called executive function. So executive function, for anyone who hasn't heard the term before, is a cognitive skill set having to do with all of self-management skills. It's judgment and planning and foresight and impulse control. And for anyone who's lived with a teenager, we know that isn't necessarily their strength, which really isn't surprising because executive function is a skill set, as it turns out, that matures way into our 20s. Really, one of the things that makes teens teens is that in all those skills that have to do with life management, it's a bell curve. We may all know a teenager who's ahead of the curve and ready to run a restaurant or a household, but the vast majority of teens still aren't mature in all of those skills yet. So they are pushing for more independence, and at the same time, their self-management skills aren't quite where they're going to get to later. So as a parent, this sets up almost a little bit of a paradox, a real challenge, because another aspect of typical development at this age is that teens tend to push back. They don't want their parents' guidance in quite the same way. They're trying to become individuals. Then in their social lives, they're sort of driven by, hormones and emotion, and everything can feel kind of conflated and all over the place. And yet, as a parent, when we come back to the basics, I think, we can do our best. All we can do is do our best to help stay connected and keep our teens on track. And that means a few different things. On one level, it means just keeping track of executive function, just being aware of, for our teenager, how capable are they of self-management? How much of our guidance do they need in every situation? Because quite often, even when they're pushing back, part of raising a healthy teen is that we allow them all the independence they're capable of and then set boundaries to kind of rein them back in when they start crossing the line somewhere. And that's just, even if they fight it, that's an important part of brain development in essence. As a family, though, a lot of staying connected with teens just really follows the same things we carried forward from early childhood. One of the things, for example, that's been shown to help teenagers are just regular family meals together. So we want to set up the positive times. We want to value what they value. We want to sort of praise them and keep a focus on the positive whenever they're doing things that we value. And through that sort of general framework of just understanding that teens are teens still. They're not mature adults quite yet. We provide the support and structure that helps set them up to be adults that are happy and thrive.